Hey guys, here's a question. What does the massive in MMO mean for MMORPGs and the like? Well, it's time for you to vote and have your say. Every year since 2014, I have made upcoming games lists videos that have been super popular but almost always controversial when it comes to how I curate the games. I always maintain that it's not my job to define what the words and genres mean, and I try to go based on popular understanding. People define words by popular usage, so I generally follow the casual or Wikipedia definition of the words. But let's face it, whatever I do with a list video, some people are gonna love it and some are gonna hate it. But this time, and from now on, you get a direct say in defining what the popular or casual definition of the genres are. In this video, I'll talk about the various scenarios and types of games, and you get to vote by clicking the eye icon in the top right corner of the video and comment down below to help shape the definition of the MMO genre. So there is a poll on this video basically asking what is the minimum number of players an MMO needs to be considered massive. So as a base, I'm gonna set it as what I think everyone can agree on. It needs to be at least 64 players and has a persistent world. But although the number of players could be very different, there's some interesting situations that has cropped up, and I want to ask you guys' opinion. So the first situation is a small player limit, so let's say less than 100 people or even just 64 players, but the game is entirely revolving around player interaction and community, so it feels busy, lively, and filled with other people. So there aren't that many people playing, maybe 64 or 80 or 90, that sort of thing. So less than 100 people, but everything you do has to do with other people interacting, working together, community building, all of that. So it feels like it's very massive even though there aren't a lot of people there. Is that an MMO, or does that not count as an MMO? So that's situation one. Situation two, a game that has the ability to host thousands of players online, but due to instancing and instances, you can only ever see, let's say, 80 people at the same time. So even though there are thousands of people playing, you will only ever see 80 people. Is that considered massive? And is that an MMO? Situation three, a game has the ability to host thousands of players together, but the player base is only 50. So even though the game could host thousands and thousands of people all in the same spot, only 50 people are playing. So is that an MMO, or is that no longer an MMO? And finally, a game that has thousands of players and they're all together in the same world, but the entire game can be played solo, like a single player game. And gameplay doesn't really force you to interact with anyone. So you're sort of going through the world, and sure, you see lots of people, but you don't have to talk to them, you don't have to say anything to them or do anything with them. And it can be like a single player game surrounded by other people. Is that an MMO? So those are the four sort of situations of MMOs that have come up over the years, and I want to know what you think of these four situations and whether you consider these four situations as MMOs or not MMOs. And for clarity and ease, I will of course post these four situations down below in the pinned comment. And also, remember to vote on this video, where it's just a basic question of how many players you think it takes for a game to be considered massive. Is it 64 or above, 100 plus, 500 plus, does it need 1,000, or massively 10,000 people? Alright, so that's it for now. Please do vote on this video and help make it clear what the common understanding of massive in MMO means. And go watch the upcoming games playlist that you can check out right now, linked on the screen and down below. Alright, thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing nice, calm discussions in the comments, and I'll see you in the next video.